Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is just how to navigate your own profile. And this is exactly what your employees will see under their own profile. So from the dashboard on the sidebar menu again, under Jack Jones, you'll see dashboards highlighted, which is your main screen. We scroll down to my profile. Okay, so my profile brings up all the relevant information under you, your personal profile. If you want to see others, it will be under my people. But this is exactly what they will see as well. So basic info will display your name, the username, email address, password, where they want to update their own password, update their signature, the pay rate template that you might be using. If you haven't used one, it won't appear. And two-factor authentication. It's by default disabled. We encourage you to enable it, and then you'll use some sort of application like Google Authenticator. Okay. So you navigate this screen by just clicking on the tabs at the top. So we're on basic info. Let's move to contact information. This will show Jack Jones, all the relevant date of birth, emergency contact number, etc. Financial information, this would be the BSB and the superannuation. None of this is linked, so this would be data that you would need to export across to your accounting software. Okay. Locations, these are the locations that you might assign Jack to. Because I'm the admin, I'm assigned to the branch office, but you can add a location to his profile. Roles, which are really important, and we'll show you how to set them up. If ever they're changing roles, by default, it'll be whatever role you've initially onboarded them as. If you wanted to change their role, you just press new role and it will update. You'd select the role, whatever it may be, a reason for change, and then it will appear with the date it was activated from. What it will display here is what date and time you deactivated their previous role and the reasons for the change. Okay. I noticed promotion spelt incorrectly. Now, training and skills. These are any training and skills that may be needed and uploaded into the system for Jack. You'll see here the pulsing a red clock means they're expired and he needs to re-upload them. Okay, with the new certificates. These will also appear in other areas, but we won't talk about that just yet. Documents. These are any documents that you've assigned to Jack. Contracts, for example, employment contract, HR policies, workplace health and safety policies, plans, whatever documents you wish for Jack to acknowledge and sign, they will appear here for him. And unavailability, that relates to the roster where Jack can go in and put in his own unavailability to appear on the roster so you don't assign him. Okay, you can have a recurring unavailability, but let's not worry about that at the moment. This is just general navigation. Okay, now let's just get out of Jack's profile and go to my people. Okay, so these will, under my people, will be all your employees that you assign. Okay, and this is where they will all appear. Now, if you ever want to edit an employee, you just go to the actions bar on the right and click the little cog, and the same information will appear. Now, you see, you can change any details you have access to. You'll never be able to change their password or security measures like that. You can auto enable two-factor as a company profile, and you can check anything like their training and skills, their documents, their unavailability, etc. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to employees again. Now, this is one place that you can invite an employee, but I'm not going to go through that just yet because I want you to keep just scrolling through the information. Now, teams and roles. Now, this is important because remember the roles links back to your permissions. Okay, so teams, this will be, you might have a variety of teams within your business. And what this will help with is assigning documentation or anything like that out. For example, you might have tradesmen who work in pairs, and you might have team A, team B, team C. All you do is add new teams here by clicking here. You'll add the team name, location, everything will be head office, and you create the team. If you needed to edit a team or view the description of a team, you move to the actions bar on the right. Okay, if I wanted to edit a team and increase who's on the team, I just can assign or select employees or select all employees, save. Okay, so that's how you utilize the team function. And this will become more important when you want to assign a document out. Now, the roles. Okay, so this will impact your permissions. Okay, so I've got individual roles here as an admin officer, bricklayer, cleaner, supervisor. If I wanted to add a new role, I press new roles. I give the role a name and role description. Okay, so if I ever wanted to edit a role, I can edit the role as well. So once you've created all of these, okay, that's where we were talking about permissions, which is under my company. Okay, Jack Brown. All my employees will then appear here. I can go on, edit the group, and he's just an employee or a supervisor or a manager or an admin person. Okay, let's just go back to my people for a second. So, back to my people on the sidebar menu. Okay, pay rates. Now, I'm not going to get heavily into pay rate templates because this only really relates if you are using the roster. But if you're using the roster, you can set up a pay rate for each role or each position, and it will appear as a dollar figure in your roster to give you an idea of what it's costing you per day to have those employees or on a weekly basis. As you see, Jack Brown for the week of the 13th to the 18th, it's costing me $2,020 to have Jack Brown as an estimate. Okay, so let's go back into the pay rate template, which is under My People. Go down to Pay Rates. Okay, so let's just look at that. That was under bricklayer first year apprentice. Now, to know what template you are using for that employee, just go to employees. Okay, and it was Jack Brown. Let's go to his little settings, cog settings. Okay, he's under supervisor level. Okay, so it's got a dollar sign, supervisor, select a pay template. And these are all the pay templates that you have within the system. Okay. All right. So we're not using that. Let's go back to the pay rates. Okay. All right. So he was under supervisor. So if we ever wanted to edit the supervisor rate, we just go in here. All right. So let's just click out of that. Now, this is how you would utilize the pay rate template. I've got one already set up here, which shows that from Monday to Friday, I'm paying Jack $50 an hour from between 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. Then I'm paying him overtime from, let's go, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at $60 an hour. And then his weekend rate on a Saturday and Sunday from 12 a.m. till 12 a.m. So 24-hour cycle is $70 an hour. Okay, so I save that. and that will sync with your roster. So if I go back to a roster and let's look at Jack Brown, let's go another week. So we've got an empty day for Jack. All right, here we go, Jack. Okay, so we click the plus sign on the roster. He's a bricklayer. Start time, he's going to start at 7. He's going to finish at 3 p.m. I'm going to create that shift and it goes grey. Tells you $400. Okay, so this is all in draft as I'm creating the roster. If I want to save it as a draft, so next time I come back, it'll still be there. I just click the save as draft. Okay, when I publish the roster, that'll push it through to Jack. All right, so that happens under My People when you're creating your pay rates for it to appear on the roster. All right, so let's go back to the dashboard now. So what we've done is we've gone through the dashboard, the My Company, the profile, and the people. So they're 4 critical dashboards to understand to set your company up properly. Now, I'm going to show you in the next video how to just set up the document box, and then you should be set to assign your first or onboard your first employee.